There is a major update with Ethereum, and you need to know about it. But first, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. So let's get right into it. This is your news report and your cryptocurrency update and your Bitcoin update as of Saturday, November 7th. So hopping right in here, we're going to start over at Bitcoin Treasuries, and we are currently up to over $12.5 billion of value locked in Bitcoin from publicly traded companies. You've got our biggest one over here, MicroStrategies, just over 590 million. Square, been in the media a lot recently, 72 million. So that's good. It was around 10.2 about a week ago, I believe. So a lot more adoption coming from the private sector. So we're going to hop over here now to Bitcoin charts for the bid-ask spread. Looks like there are a lot of people interested in buying Bitcoin, but not much over that 13K mark. However, the current asking price is around 15,500. So not a lot of supply, but demand is increasing. For our Bitcoin dominance by market cap, so Bitcoin dominance is up to 64%. This tends to kind of roughly correlate to the value of Bitcoin. So if this goes up, Bitcoin is probably also going to increase over the coming weeks and months. And whenever we see a major drop in this value is when a Bitcoin tank is happening. So we're kind of steady right now. As you see, this is nothing like what we saw in 2017. Stock to flow model, as you can see, we are trailing the projected fair value of Bitcoin right now, which is around 23K per coin. So that's normal for us to be behind. As you can see at the last major bump when we had the last halving event, the fair value of Bitcoin was below what it should have been until we caught up about 2 months, 3 months after, and then exceeded that level when we hit all-time highs last time around 17, 19, 20K or so. And then we are looking at there potentially being a dip coming up. This is usually fairly accurate on the long term. Short term, not entirely clear. So if you missed out on Bitcoin and you wanted to buy in at lower levels, such as 13, 11, 12 or so, it is predicted that we will be having some kind of dump fairly soon. You can just jump back to see where that projection was. Yeah, so see a dump is projected around middle of the month, maybe end of the month, middle of the month. What is that? 18th, 19th. Yeah, within the next couple weeks. So make sure you're managing risk. And keep in mind, this could always go up. This is just a projection based on historical trends and repeats of previous bull cycles. And then we're going to jump on over to Juicy NFTs. We have just under 200,000 24-hour volume. So we kind of saw it peak over here November 1st, and the volume is tapered off. Rarible at the top, per usual. If you're not familiar with the channel, I've talked about this a little bit before, but NFTs are likely not going to have too much adoption until people interested in trading limited supply digital products are going to be getting more involved. For instance, baseball cards used to be really popular, and this is kind of where we're heading in the future with digital products. You already kind of see this in places like Fortnite, where people will pay money for digital skins and things like that, and that's how they have become a unicorn, over $1 billion company. So that's it for our NFT report today. And lastly, we're going to talk about that Ethereum update. So Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract was announced, and they are looking at launching December 1st. It's important to keep in mind this is for phase 0 of Ethereum, which will probably last for about a year, if I read that correctly. The main issue, and the reason 2.0 is such a big deal, the main issue with Ethereum is that it was originally designed to handle 25 transactions per second, which sounds like a lot, but when you're dealing with finances and kind of a world global currency that is borderless and trustless, there are issues with that speed not being enough. And so what happened is that so many people are now trading and using Ethereum and relying on the Ethereum blockchain and holding or trading the Ether coin that powers Ethereum, that the fees associated with that, if you want your transaction to go through, the fees, which are called gas fees, are just skyrocketing. I don't know necessarily if they're skyrocketing, but they're up a lot. For instance, to send any ETH, it was like $2 or $3, which doesn't sound like a bunch, but when you're looking at doing smaller transactions, that can add up quick. So say if you're sending $5, $10, you have to pay a $2 or $3 fee. That's not really feasible. And so the next step is Ethereum 2.0, which will decrease those transaction fees. So it's much more reasonable to send money through Ethereum. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this informative, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.